We're going to the obvious winners of this division. I mean, unless there's some catastrophic fucking just collapse. And that is, again, it still feels weird to say it, the Buffalo Bills.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Dude, what a stacked roster. It pisses me off.
Look at them, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a Chris Berman line, by the way. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
love that one.
Picked it up. It's a good one.
He was a Bills fan, wasn't he?
Whoop! I don't know.
I think Berman's team was the Bills.
I thought he was a San Fran guy.
He is a San. No,
he's a San Fran guy. Yeah, he fucking. Yeah, we had to rewatch. We had to watch it. Andrew and
I
watched
don't
recreate the catch.
I didn't know that they had Roger Saffold now.
Yeah,
was that challenging a Madden game or something like that?
No, so when it was the anniversary of that catch, they had Jerry Rice or
wait, why
Jerry
are you
Rice
shaking
or
your
Adam
head so
Schefter.
bad?
What?
Why? Wait. Because we fucking hate San Francisco.
Yeah, dude.
San Francisco.
You hate them. You hate them. Why do you have a vendetta on San Francisco in particular? I know, like fuck everybody else. You're an Eagles fan, but like
who me? Oh, I just didn't never when I was growing up. Like, I mean, I was never a Rams fan, but like I've always been like Pepper was a Rams fan. That's why
I was a Rams fan.
Guy.
Yeah.
But
okay.
You know, I've always still had like a little bit of like, I've always rooted for the St. Louis team. So like, you know, I've always considered them a rival, and I didn't like Kaepernick. I always rooted against Kaepernick and Crabtree.
Michael Crabtree. Yeah.
Yeah. I was not a Kaepernick fan. I mean, I support Kaepernick and I like him as a person, but I just fucking could not stand him as a player when he was playing. And
you're the rare guy who likes him on the field, but doesn't like him off the field.
Yeah. I just always root against San Fran, and I've never been a TO guy other than when he was on the Eagles, and shit, that was even disastrous. Other than the fucking them getting to the Super Bowl.
Team colors that much. Red and gold doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I just have just never liked him. But who is it that had that season clinching, league clinching? Was it Navarro Bowman? Remember when we were in our bed?
Yeah, dude, it was Navarro Bowman.
The pick six in fantasy.
That was life changing.
Yeah, but anyway, other than that was the only 5 seconds I was a San Fran fan. But watching Chris Berman reenact the catch was who threw the ball to him? It was either Adam Schefter or it was Jerry Rice, maybe.
Was it Young?
Or maybe it was the guy that caught the guy. Maybe it was Steve Young. I don't know. It was some asshole threw the ball to Chris Berman, and we had to watch him like.
It was ugly.
Like, yeah.
Don't don't YouTube it, guys.
He's no Dwight Clark.
He's no Dwight Clark. But yeah, dude, the Bills. I think the
Bills team, because I think we talked about the fucking 49ers for like 5 minutes.
Dude,
there,
you asked why we hate it.
I asked for it. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
We're ready to move on, baby.
The Buffalo Bills that are actually Chris Berman's favorite team. I just checked. They are his favorite team.
Really?
Oh, fuck off.
Yes.
Fuck off.
Well, actually makes me feel better about Chris Berman. So good.
Dude, the Schwami loves him.
Did you just edit the Wikipedia page or something? Come on.
No, there's articles written about. Good. There are articles written about his fandom.
You heard it here first, guys.
He likes him.
He loves them.
Yeah, dude. The Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen runs the show, and he's a stud, man.
You think he's QB1 in fantasy this year?
No, just because of like variance, but he's going to be top 5, and he's a stallion. So,
do you think he runs any nearly as many touchdowns anymore?
That's where I think it probably goes down a little bit.
Yeah, I just can't see it, but
just statistically, yeah.
He is so fucking good. I mean, he's got a fucking rocket for an arm.
One of the best stories in the NFL, without a doubt.
He matured so well. Had like a huge, second year jump, turning into a really. I mean, it's crazy to think that this team was up 3 points with 13 seconds left going against the fucking Chiefs last year in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, it was the biggest rig job ever, though, them not getting the fucking touch the ball. I mean, like the fact that like them changing the rule after that is got to be one of the biggest kicks in the balls. Like it's like, yeah, sorry, we know you got fucked, but I mean, at least they changed the rule. But I mean,
well, remember when they changed the rule they changed the rule for the Saints, and everybody was like, "Yeah, I don't like coaches challenging pass interference. Fuck this. Like we're going back." So.
Yeah, I don't think them changing the rule makes him feel better. Like,
one forgot the rules of overtime once.
The overtime rules are gonna like not work in like fucking some big market team's favor, and Jacksonville's gonna get like a fucking upset, and they'll change it the next year. Guaranteed.
Dude, the Chiefs winning that game was so heartbreaking. I mean, because the Bills, I mean, so the Bills, I think, probably win that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think they have enough. I think they have enough offense to push them past that Rams team.
I do too,
It
and I think
might.
I think their defense is so much better than the Chiefs. Like Chiefs have nice defense, but like I feel like they're better. They're just a better unit. Like I mean, I think like obviously Tyrann Mathieu was nice and stuff, but like they had a lot of weaknesses on the defense too.
In that secondary.
Yeah. So
One thing that did stand out the page when I was looking at the Bills is that, let me go back to the offensive line here, and they're around 20th ranked in the league.
What?
Yeah.
Saffold's
PFF,
good,
my man.
and
That's what it says.
Quisenberry's
Saffold's old. Quisenberry is, I think, declining, and the left tackle, from what I understand, Dawkins really needs to step it up. Or
I was gonna say Saffold's got to be like fucking 40,
Yeah,
right?
dude,
I mean, Jesus Christ.
He had anything left.
Very good at Tennessee.
He was a St. Louis Ram.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, for about 40 years.
And that he was a Ram for a while, and that team hasn't played in St. Louis since like 2015. That's 7 years ago.
Dude, I feel like he was there for like two different Ram jerseys. I feel like
They're one spot above the Fins for what
they're
it's worth.
So this Buffalo Bills team, like their wide receivers are pretty fucking good. Like Stephon Diggs,
An understatement.
he's obviously a game changer. Gabe Davis, I like Gabe Davis. If we see what we saw in the playoffs, I'm not sure if we'll see that. He obviously the skill set's there, everything's there. It's just where the fuck was that dude all season compared to that one game?
The whole career. I mean, he's been there for a few years, and the game was insanely incredible. I mean, no doubt about it.
I think
where Tavon Austin is.
Tavon Austin in the third string, baby.
Dude,
But
didn't even see that.
You also have a battle for that slot wide receiver spot. You got Isaiah McKenzie and Jameson Crowder. Jameson Crowder, former Jet. Obviously, when he was with the Jets, he was a really great possession receiver, high target volume, high catch rate. It's hard for me to like Isaiah McKenzie. Everything I've heard out of camp is he's looking incredible. He's playing way above his pedigree. He's getting the deep ball, all that. The thing is, I know guys like Jameson Crowder, he's older, but teams don't just look over the fact that a guy has that kind of skill set. They will find ways to get him the ball somehow. So
he's reliable, right?
What's that?
He's reliable.
Super reliable when he's healthy. And so Josh Allen has a lot of mouths to feed. That would be the only thing I'd be worried about from a fantasy standpoint, in terms of if I owned any of these assets, is that, the ball's gonna get spread around. Dawson Knox is a red zone threat. He's been targeting him, and you saw in the back half of last season, Dawson Knox was getting a lot of looks. They have a real chemistry and a connection there. So, yeah, I think Josh Allen is. I mean, he's looking at probably a 40+ touchdown season, 4,000+ yards, and can't really envision, if he stays healthy, him having anything less than that.
Yeah, I think they're going to run away with this division. Obviously, I mean this is pretty. I mean they're so stacked. So, I mean we didn't even get into the running backs.
Both sides of the ball.
Devin Singletary is nice. I mean I said earlier he's not great. I'm not sold on Devin Singletary, but I do like the backup he's got. James Cook coming in. Dalvin Cook's younger brother, rookie. He's having a lot of promise coming out of camp. Good pass catcher, and then Zach Moss has shown flash. This kind of leaves Zach Moss. His role kind of iffy, but Zach Moss has got talent.
And speaking of pass catching running backs, Duke Johnson, who is a great check down back.
Yeah,
he's had a hard time staying on teams in the last 2 years. I'd be surprised if he has any real role.
I don't even know if he even is there.
I love Duke Johnson. Trust me, I want nothing more than Duke Johnson to be a stud. I'm a Duke Johnson fan. I've owned him in dynasty leagues and all that, so he's the man.
But so I guess let's go to, so I mean on defense, then they've got a nice defense. I mean they just pick up Von Miller. I mean it's kind of hard to.
Already one of the best defenses in the league.
They've had some injuries in camp though.
I mean Tre'Davious White's coming back from injury. Jordan Poyer's,
he hurt his elbow, I think, in training camp this week. Somebody really hurt their hip, and I was it Tre'Davious White really hurt one of them. I think
Tre'Davious White's the one that's coming back. Did he tore his ACL last year?
Maybe Micah Hyde somebody hurt their hip today. I'm waiting to hear more information, but no. When this defense is healthy, Jordan Poyer, I mean, he's a really great, safety. Micah Hyde, great. I don't
Jermaine
know.
Edmonds is
Von Miller is a game
man.
changer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
There you go, Nick.
Oliver.
Good name. Boogie Basham.
Boogie Bash.
Oh,
Great name.
definitely in it.
Did you guys see that Von Miller did his glasses giveaway in Buffalo this past
I did.
weekend?
Yeah, I did.
I think it's so cool. Like
Glasses giveaway.
he gives away glasses because that's like his thing. Like he always wears
Like
his
he's fucking
glasses.
Bret Hart.
Yeah, no. But he gives like he gives prescription glasses to like people who can't afford it and shit like that.
Oh.
And he like does all this community service and stuff. And no, Von Miller seems like a cool ass dude. If this team gets OBJ, like he's Instagramming OBJ, tell him to come there. This could be a team that might be what pushes them over the edge.
What did Von Miller say to OBJ? He said, the locker next to me is available.
Yeah, he was saying,
Yeah.
and like Odell was like, let's get that ring, or something like, like watch out, we'll get another ring if we do that, or something along those lines.
That'd be fun as fuck.
So Jordan Poyer's the one. He just hurt his elbow.
Yeah,
is what it is. So
Not
Jordan
good for
Poyer.
his safety.
So Jordan Poyer's got an elbow, and Marquez Stevenson's got a foot injury, and they both left Tuesday. Under further evaluation for Poyer, the good news is that McDermott said the All-Pro safety's elbow injury is not serious.
Gotcha.
So we'll see. But I mean, yeah, I mean that even with the injuries, I mean, you're looking down the list. I mean, you got Micah Hyde. I mean, this defense has got a lot of promise. Hopefully they can get healthy because we want to see Tre'Davious back on. I mean, Tre'Davious is one of the best cornerbacks in the league, and it sucked to see him go down when and it was in a pretty important stretch of the season too. So it'd be nice to see him get back and see them get healthy. But yeah, I mean, the ends are nice. At Oliver, Greg Rousseau's nice. Von Miller, obviously at linebacker or at defensive end.
They're stacked all over the place.
I just don't like their linebackers at all. I think they lack.
You're sleeping on Jermaine Edmonds, man.
I like Tremaine Edmonds.
No. I like Jermaine Edmonds, but I mean, like last year they couldn't stop tight ends to save their life. They were too small down the middle, and they got ran on a couple times as well because of that. So, that's if I had to point one thing out on them, and it's hard to be nitpicky. They are a great team, and they're a well coached team as well. It's hard, like I said, to not imagine they have like a lot of success this year, barring injury. But as Nick would say, you want to check that Sketty and see where we end up here.
Speaking of Odell, though, really quick, just because I opened up Twitter and you remember a couple years ago, like back when he was still a Giant, and they took that picture on that yacht, and they were all like shirtless or whatever, and So and like they had said like they were going to be a problem or whatever. Odell's sitting there shirtless in UGG boots. Says the Giants are 3-47 since this picture was taken.
Oh shit!
Wait.
3 and 4. Wait, really?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years.
There's no way they're 3-47 in the last any bit of years. That's impossible.
Yeah, they were 4-13 last year.
Yeah.
Okay. That would have been nuts.
It's a funny it's a funny number. It's a hyperbolic number, but it's hilarious.
It's just I'm just saying it's just fucking you're
looking at saying like he went 2-500 or something.
Yeah,
they still suck.
But it's just like looking at this picture, and you got Odell's got fucking like boots on this yacht. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. That was the first thing I saw when I opened up Twitter. But yeah,
speaking of the Super Bowl, look at that week 1. We get to see the Super Bowl we didn't get to see.
Yeah,
that's right. Well, that's the season opener. Yeah, season
on Thursday
opener.
night.
Yeah. Man, that's gonna be nuts.
We'll have to preview a division and that game on.
I don't even know how to call that one, dude. Seriously,
it's just a matter of.
I don't know. I didn't tell you guys this. I guess I should have told you this because it's kind of a big deal. You see, week 2, home game versus Tennessee.
Yeah,
your boy is making the trip up to Buffalo
going to Buffalo. Really? Look at you
going to Buffalo to go watch the Titans. Hopefully, beat the shit out of the Bills. So
nice. There you go.
Dude, go party with Bills Mafia. I heard they kick it hardcore.
Yeah, I'm hoping to eat some wings. I'm not going to jump through a table, but I'll watch some dudes. Hopefully they're cool because when they came to Tennessee, they were all dickheads, and I couldn't stand being around them. So, hopefully
this team's going to win a lot of games.
Hopefully they're not very hostile, but I can't imagine Bills being very accommodating.
Who was
probably
the most hostile? Who was the shittiest visiting team fan base that you've seen in Nashville?
Hands down, not even fucking close. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm not even
gross.
surprised. Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah,
Bro.
duh.
Bro,
gross.
how
They're
many?
just trash?
So the Titans have this thing. It comes over the big giant screen, and it's like to pump everybody up. It's like a beat, and then it goes tighten up,
Right.
and everybody goes tighten up, blah blah blah. So this guy from this decked out in his, as Shane Gillis would say, his finest Heinz Ward and and some fucking sweatpants. This dude fucking just in the section just goes, tighten up your mother's fucking pussy. And I'm like, I turn around and like, as I'm like turning my head, like the first 20 degrees of the 90 that I'm going to do to look back at this dude, I like spot like 6 like kids under the age of 12 just like right here, all like, what the fuck was that? Like I'm like this dude from Pittsburgh,
That
didn't
dude's a
give a
proper
fuck.
yinzer.
And it's funny because obviously Nashville is Nashville, so that shit doesn't fly nearly as well as it does in other places. So, but no, Pittsburgh fans by far are the worst travel team, but Bills are not very fucking far behind at all.
Well, when it comes to their so
and when we beat them on Monday Night Football last year in Nissan Stadium, and oh my god, they were literally fighting people, like they were fighting Titans fans. So
Wow.
yeah, it gets wild.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help that they're probably going to fucking win 13 or 14 games this year.
dude.
Looking at
thank
the
you.
schedule.
Yeah, man.
Is that the number you guys came up with?
That's what I'm looking at right now, and I'm like,
I want to say 12-5, just because I feel like 13 to 14 wins as a projection is outrageous. But
I mean,
dude,
what was
13-3
they're
sounds pretty
stacked.
good.
This is a nice schedule for them. I mean, it's almost easier to go through and pick games you think they might lose.
I think
Andrew,
it's a
what are the ones that you think they'll lose?
Well, okay, week
one?
one, I definitely is on the table. That week 6 against Kansas City, I think that I think they probably win, but
give it a loss. So win against Tennessee. So I'm just saying we're gonna win Tennessee, right? We're gonna win.
Oh
there.
yeah, you're gonna beat Miami.
Okay, win. They're gonna beat Baltimore, beat Pittsburgh. We'll say they lose to Kansas City. I think they beat Green Bay in Buffalo. I think they beat New York. They beat Minnesota both times. They beat Cleveland. They beat Detroit.
If Deshaun's back, that could be Deshaun's first week.
Okay, so if it's his first week, I still think that's a pretty steep
let me
fucking hill
just
to climb.
Let me just fanboy for a minute.
Hey, if Deshaun Watson comes out after 2.5 years out, or a year and
beats
a year
the
out
Buffalo
and beats
Bills,
Buffalo, I would
In Buffalo, getting booed hard,
dude. I mean, it would just
that'd be so savage.
But most likely not going to happen. So even if he's there, I just think first game back, that is the Bills. So so they beat Cleveland. I think they beat Detroit. They beat New England. They beat the New York. They beat Miami. They beat Chicago.
Yeah, they
beat Cincinnati.
I'm gonna say they lose to Cincy because where are you gonna find losses?
In Cincinnati too, and I can see them losing one of these. Like, I mean,
they're
the New England games.
Yeah, dude,
they're losing an easy game. I mean, they lost to Jacksonville like 9-6 last
like
year.
They're going to lose
Cincinnati, but they'll lose to fucking Detroit in Detroit or something.
No, they'll lose to the Vikings. Like Kirk Cousins will have like a fourth quarter from hell and get them like.
I can see Baltimore too.
Kirk Cousins
or Baltimore, yeah. But like
Lamar gets hot.
So 12. So I think 13 or 14 ceiling, 12-5 would be. Is where I think they're going to be.
And last year they're 11-6, and I think that's
6.
safe. I think they got that in the bag.
Easy money. I think they go 12-5. Chiefs were 12-5 last year. I think they can go 12-5.
Yeah, I think the Titans.
I think there were 2 12-5s last.
They were. Yeah, there was Titans were 12-5. Chiefs were 12-5. The Cowboys were 12-5.
What did that amount to? Can we just go over that real quick? What did that amount to?
Lol.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing.
Sit down.
Amen.
12-5 didn't mean shit. But yeah, I think 12-5 is that's my guess. 12-5, 13-14. I think they can win 13-14 if like they go. I mean, it's happened. It's not like it's like 13-14 win seasons happen.
It's just tough to project it.
Very very tough. But I mean, like you said, because they could lose one of these supposed gimme games. But like they also couldn't. they also could just go in there and just fucking
Absolutely
run.
People have gone 16-0.
So,
could you imagine
I'd
this
be
team
17.
trying to make it would be the most Buffalo thing in the world for them to have a perfect season going into the playoffs.
Like, they lose in the AFC, or they don't even make the AFC Championship. They
no,
lose in like
no,
first
no.
round.
You have to true Buffalo fashion, Nick. Come on, the history. They go to the Super Bowl and they lose.
Oh well, yeah.
Well,
you were setting that up like they got fucking. They're about to get blown out in week 1 of the playoffs. Well, I guess they wouldn't even be in week 1. They'd have a bye.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, we're all in agreement here that this is the team to beat in the AFC East this year. So
by a large margin.
By a large margin. I mean, this is
Super Bowl contender for sure. Probably the biggest one out of this conference, I'd say.
Yeah.